right, sir. Some people feels that this clemency of the thing is political. Do you see it that way?
Yes. Yes, the politicians will only want to play politics. That's their job. That's their game. They are there to play politics.
Okay.
But in that, national interests should not be compromised on the altar of politics. Okay? Politicians will only want to play politics, score political games or political goals, but that should not be on the altar of our national security. National security comes first. Okay? So, and there should be gatekeepers who stand to make sure that there's a minimum. There's a minimum that we should not go below that minimum standard, because people are watching us. I want to say to the entire community that criminals can just be let loose. Those who are supposed to stay behind the bars for life, and they are thrown to the street again. Come on, that should not be.
All right, sir. Finally, before we go, sir, let's look at the economic agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do you think that from the start of his administration, this has been communicated effectively?
I'd like to align myself with what the former CBN governor said. Yeah, we seem to have done away with subsidy. We are making more revenues, but why are we borrowing more? Then why are we borrowing more? So now, then why is the cost of governance is too high? What do we need 48 cabinet ministers for? The greatest economy in the world is the U.S. economy. They don't have more than 16 cabinet secretaries, and they run the economy. So where do we get these 48 ministers? What do we need? Minister of State, Minister of this, Minister of State, Minister. What do we need 2 ministers to administer Abuja FCT for? Is it not enough for Minister Wike? You saw the other minister just following the other minister about just at every function with vote of thanks and all of that. Come on, we can do better than that. Our economy can't accommodate that, that excessive overheads. Okay, so we need to do that. Comes to constitutional review. What do we even need a bicameral legislation? What do we need to have Senate and House of Rep for? Can we afford it? No, we can't. The economy can't afford it. We can't carry that burden. We don't even need a full-time legislature. We need part-time. And I think Nigeria is a long time, because look, I'm a researcher, and I can tell you that democracy has never developed any country in Africa, and I'd like to be corrected on that. Which country can we point to in Africa that democracy has developed? Because you are there for 4 years, you are lucky to get another re-election for another 8 years, you build this economy, and somebody else comes from another region of Nigeria, and this economy comes down. So all our money, all our economy, we borrow money from China. Why can't we adopt the Chinese model of governance? Okay? Because this American system is not just working for us. Because the American system, we didn't copy it right. American system is not legislators, they are not paid humongous salaries.
Yes. And allocations.
And so why can't we review all of that? Because you don't have politicians driving the most expensive, luxurious
SUVs
all over the place at the expense of these new resources that we don't have. And we keep borrowing. We keep borrowing from this, from that. We are increasing our loan body, and we claim that we are making more revenues. So there's a contradiction. If we are making more revenues and the state are getting more revenues, why are we still borrowing? Why are we increasing our debt body? So the economist has to answer to that. Okay? So let's see how we can work with a lean government that is not burdened with overhead cost of people who are wearing agbada all over the place, and the legislators and all of that, and just feeling good by themselves. They work maybe 3 days a week. They don't go to work on Monday. They work on Tuesday and to Thursday, and when you hear what they are paid and how they are luxurious life, it won't help this country. We have to review that.
It won't help Nigeria. All right, on a final note, as we wrap up this session, let's look at national stability What do you feel or think that the Tinubu-led administration can do to strengthen our national stability?
Well, the national stability that is to make a lot more people have faith in our country. Right now, a lot of people have lost faith. You know the Japa syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, everyone who, so, I mean, see how the West are sending our people back. You see the immigration policy in the US right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we need others. This country can work for a lot of us. But the way our politicians have made it, it cannot work for the stability of this nation. They have to put the nation, it's like they put their own welfare and whatever ahead of every other person. So every other person want to have not to be senators, because once you are that, everything is paid for: your vehicle, your house, the food that you eat, the water that you drink. You just live off the government. There's no serious work. And I ask you this question: what serious work can you do with a flowing agbada? It's a contradiction. You see all of them wearing flowing babariga in the rep, in the governors, everywhere they go. Does it mean being a politician means you must have, all room must be full of agbada, because that becomes your uniform? So which serious work can you do with a flowing babariga? So it does show you that mentality that some of our politicians they carry into this government. You see in the West, that when they become president, they roll up their shirt and walk. But here is in that time you now have a design and that design that every time from Monday, when you go from Monday to wherever, to the assembly, to everywhere they go, it must be one agbada, another one, another color. So is that work? That mentality. Until we change all those mentality about our country, we're not going nowhere.